Hey guys, this is a new dog in our boot camp, and as you can see, he's pretty intense about wanting to go get other dogs. Now, it's turned into aggression, but it's also turned into just like heavy, just inappropriate with other dogs, like too much play. And if you have a dog like this that's prone to kind of get chaotic and high adrenaline, I think you know what I'm talking about. You've seen this happen, where because with high adrenaline, hyperactivity and aggression are like next door neighbors. So we're going to show you some of the stuff we did to help him out in his first few minutes of being here. So watch and enjoy. He made some nice strides. All right, so this is about 5-10 minutes after that video that we just saw of this guy going a little bit nuts. And so we're going to start doing some work outside of.
So first of all, I want to find his level on the e-collar. So we're starting at 2. I'm going to give it a little tap. I'm going to work up until I see a reaction from him. So this is for...
And the reaction, we're just looking for like a slight itch or, slight...
We want him to wonder, like, what was that tingle? So very, very low level stim. So give it a little tap here. Nothing on 6. We'll go to 7. Nothing. We'll go to 8. Nothing there.
I think you felt that.
So we felt that. That's about what we're looking for. So that's on 9 on the Educator series. Now what I'm going to do is just start moving away from him and reward him focusing on me. So it'll look like this.
And are you using stimulation yet?
So I am. I will hold down the stem and then I'll let off as soon as he turns his attention back to me. There, let it. Good.
So what we're doing here is we're adding this outside stimuli. In this case, it's coming in the form of just a very low level stimulation. And what we're doing is we're adding it, sometimes I call it the plot, right? Because if you remember back to high school English, the plot is the problem that needs to be solved, right? So you're reading this book and watching this movie and the plot is blank, right? And then they spend the rest of the time solving that. And so the e-collar acts very much as the same thing. It's just this weird little thing, it's just this weird little itchy thing, it's not painful, it's just strange. And so, but because it's different and interesting, it needs to be solved. And so the dog says, how do I solve this? And right now he's like, I gotta smell everything, and he's not even really tuned into the stimulation yet, and that's fine. And so what we just keep doing is when he's all over the place, we add some stimulation. When he pays attention, the stimulation goes away, he's nice and calm. And so through repetition, he starts to realize how he can work through this plot. And that the way that he works through the plot is by paying attention. I just invented that right now, Joe, the plot. Does that make sense?
I like it. Well, it works. Holding. And I want him to choose to come to me right now. We're not going to get into it. We want to get into a tug of war with him. What we're doing is teaching him that he can resolve stim on the e-collar by choosing to come closer to me.
Just gonna come in and get a little bit better light.
Right here. Holding and let go. Holding here and let go. Good boy. Holding.
All right, through the magic of video editing, I took out the past 5-10 minutes just because we were doing a lot more back and forth. Would have bored you guys. But anyways, for the past 5-10 minutes, we've been doing a lot more focus work, and so we decided, all right, let's bring out another dog, because just initially when he first came in about a half hour ago now, just even hearing a dog or smelling a dog, he was going nuts. And so what we're doing here is we're bringing a dog and making him visible and saying, okay, you still got to pay attention. And so as he's not, there's a little bit of pressure from the e-collar there, guiding him over. And so he's trying to say, okay, let me go to a different side. Nope. And then Joe just kind of moves away. So building focus. Now here we've got Cash 7 feet away. Oh. And he made a run for it.
Oh, you're okay, buddy. Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, he made a run for it. And wanted to go say hi to the dog or do whatever he was going to do. You know, he's had some aggression, so sometimes he's been aggressive, sometimes he's been friendly, but just like way over the top friendly. Yeah. So we're working him around and teaching him how to have some impulse control. That just because you see a dog doesn't mean you can just run right up to it. So there's a little bit of, you know, we talk a little bit about strengthening the dog's nervous system, because what's happened with a dog like this is there's a weakness in his nervous system, right? That doesn't allow him to process stress as well as we want him to. So he just sees another dog and it's so super stressful. You know, he acts kind of foolish. And so we want to work that nervous system in a way that he can actually grow through that. And so by doing this, you know, and saying, no, you got to pay attention to me rather than the other dog, what we start to see is it's stressful. You know, the dog stresses him, we stress him. But what happens here is our level of stress is much geared towards helping him feel better. And already you can tell, again, you know, this dog came in probably about a half hour ago when all things said and done. And when he did, he was freaking out by seeing any dog. And now we've added a little bit of pressure and said, no, we really need you to pay attention to us. And sometimes there's a little bit of soreness when we're working that brain muscle. But very quickly, he's gaining a lot of impulse control and the ability to just handle himself. Yeah, so this is nice to see the results that he can start thinking differently almost right away. And most dogs can. You know, most dogs can start seeing things right away in a very different way if we just present it to them in a different way. You can tell, you know, he's a little bit stressed, but at the same time he's like, oh, when I pay attention to Joe, it's happy and his tail's wagging. When he's thinking too much about the dog, he stiffens up, and so we've got to work with him on, no, just pay attention to us, you'll feel better.
So I'm down to 6 now, by the way.
We're very low, okay.
Yeah. But it's enough to be effective. I can tell he's feeling it. That's not adding a lot of conflict. Yay.
Good. So yeah, what we'll do over the next few weeks is really tighten up this obedience. Lots of dog work, lots of impulse control, and yeah, but we thought we'd just show you kind of a first day, you know, warts and all, even when he was like, you know, acting a little bit foolish and whatnot. This is nice results to see.